Picture this. You're driving home after a long day. The sky is heavy gray, traffic's crawling, and your phone keeps lighting up with notifications. Someone cuts you off, your coffee spills, and irritation rises fast. Most people would hit the horn or mutter under their breath. But you don't. You just breathe, steady your hands on the wheel, and let the noise fade. It's not that you don't feel anything, it's that you understand something most people miss. Frustration doesn't fix reality. You've learned to meet life as it is, not as you wish it would be. That quiet steadiness is the heart of Stoicism, calm in the middle of chaos, reason in the face of emotion. And if this kind of peace feels familiar, you might already be living by Stoic principles without realizing it. So let's look at 7 signs you're naturally Stoic. 7 ways your calm nature reveals a deeper kind of strength. First, you don't react. You respond. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Think about the last time someone spoke to you harshly, maybe at work, maybe online. You felt anger spark for a second, but you caught it before it took over. That pause between impulse and action is Stoic territory. It's where emotion ends and reason begins. Maybe you decided to stay quiet instead of firing back. Maybe you stepped away or answered calmly. That choice, that breath, is what separates chaos from control. In everyday life, this could mean not sending a message while upset, or taking a walk before deciding how to respond. It's not coldness, it's wisdom in motion. When you live this way, your peace becomes harder to steal. And that leads to our next sign. Our second sign, you're unmoved by praise or criticism. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Receive without pride, let go without attachment." If you're naturally Stoic, you don't rise or fall with other people's opinions. You appreciate kind words, but they don't define you. You hear criticism, but you don't crumble under it. Picture finishing a big project. Some people love it, others tear it apart. You take what's useful, let the rest drift away, and keep going. On social media, one comment can lift or ruin someone's day, but not yours. You know, opinions change like the wind. What matters is staying true to your values. When you stop chasing approval, you start living with quiet confidence. And that independence prepares you for another Stoic trait, knowing where your control ends. Third, you accept what you can't control. Epictetus said, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do." If you're naturally Stoic, you already practice this without naming it. You don't waste energy raging at the weather, traffic, or delays. You focus instead on what you can guide: your attitude, your effort, your choices. Maybe your flight gets canceled. You sigh, grab a book, and wait. Maybe plans fall through. You pivot, not pout. Acceptance isn't giving up, it's strength in disguise. When you stop fighting what's unchangeable, you free yourself to act wisely on what is. And once you make peace with what you can't control, you start to crave something else: simplicity. The fourth way Stoicism shows up in you: you value simplicity and self-discipline. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." If you're naturally Stoic, you're not driven by endless wants. You find joy in small things: morning sunlight, quiet meals, real conversations. You don't chase trends or rush for status. You live deliberately. You also hold yourself to quiet standards, showing up on time, keeping promises, doing the work even when no one notices. Discipline to you isn't punishment. It's freedom. It means your actions match your values. It means your peace isn't dependent on having more, but on needing less. That kind of balance gives your life a lighter rhythm, and it shapes how you communicate too. Fifth, you think before you speak. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." You probably know how rare that is today. Everyone's ready to reply, not to understand, but to win. You're different. You pause. You listen. In a tense meeting, you wait until emotions cool before speaking. When a friend vents, you give them space to finish before offering advice. This isn't silence from fear. It's silence from wisdom. You understand that words carry weight. You'd rather speak carefully than regret carelessly. That patience in speech mirrors how you handle the world when things start to fall apart. Our sixth sign, you find calm in chaos. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength." When life turns messy, deadlines collide, plans unravel, people panic, you don't lose yourself. You feel the pressure, sure, but you breathe through it. Picture a crisis at work. Phones ringing, voices raised. You focus on the essentials, act methodically, and keep your tone even. Your calm steadies others. That's real Stoic strength. Not the absence of emotion, but mastery of it. You know you can't control every storm, but you can control your sails. And finally, you reflect every day. Seneca advised, "Every night, call yourself to account for what you have done and thought." You don't need a journal to do this, though some Stoics kept one. It can be as simple as thinking before bed. Did I act with patience? Did I control what I could? Did I speak with honesty? This quiet review keeps your compass aligned. You stop being ruled by old habits and start living on purpose. Reflection turns your day into a lesson and your mistakes into teachers. Over time, that small practice shapes a peaceful, self-aware mind, the very thing Stoics spent their lives cultivating. So maybe you've recognized yourself in these signs: the calm in traffic, the patience under pressure, the quiet thought before you speak. That's not coldness, that's clarity. Stoicism isn't about shutting off emotion, it's about guiding it, seeing the storm, but not letting it steer you. So tonight, try one small Stoic habit. Pause before reacting. Accept what you can't control. Reflect before sleep. Each one plants a seed of peace that grows with time. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Which Stoic way would you try first? Share it in the comments. I might read yours next time.